Hi everyone, I'm Mo Yu with Xinhua News Agency. Have you ever been to a Chinese village? And if the answer is yes, have you ever imagined farmers could become an artist? Here in Ninghai County, Ningbo City, East China's Zhejiang province, the villages were lighted up by art. So today we are gonna have a look at how is it like, and we'll have two friends with me today. So welcome, Professor Margarita. Yes, and
Arthur.
Arthur. Yeah, say hi to the audience and introduce yourself.
Hello.
Hello. Starts.
Okay, well, my name is Arthur. I come from Poland, and together with my wife, 7 years ago, we decided to come here, to China, because not to Ningbo. The first, in my case, 3 years I spent in Suzhou, Anhui, and after these 3 years I decided to join my wife in Ningbo, and well, since then we've been living together in Ningbo. Maybe that's all for now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My name is Magdalena Gimbut, and I used to work in Poland. We are from Poland. I used to work in Poland at university, teaching and doing research. And 7 years ago, I decided to come to China because I wanted to learn Chinese. I was doing a research about Chinese culture and decided to learn Chinese. So I got a scholarship at Fudan University to learn Chinese. I spent 2 years in Shanghai. At that time, I worked in Polish Consulate General. My responsibility was to establish relations between Polish and Chinese universities, and I did it. And I got a job in Ningbo. I was proposed a job, and I decided to accept it. So 5 years ago, I came to Ningbo, and this is how actually I came here.
Yeah, so the place we are currently in is like a little wooden house. So what is used for?
We started to do research about this village a year ago, and this was the time when we visited this village the first time. And this village is kind of special because it decided to employ art, to use art to achieve economic development. And this house is built, it is called Magda's house because we are doing research here together with my husband in this village. And this house purpose is to teach art, to help the villagers, to help also people living in other villages how to use art to achieve economic development. Yeah.
So we can go around the house.
Sure.
And, I figure out there are many art pieces.
Yes.
They are done by the villagers or
by artists. By artists.
Well, most of them, I believe, were created by our friend, Mr. Hong.
So we have a look. Yeah. Show it to the audience.
And as you can see, it's
bamboo.
Piece of really, really nice artwork. Well, I'm not an art critic, but I like it very much. I like this climate. You can feel it. You can see those bamboo plants, and it's nicely done. And that's what we believe this house, this place can turn into. The place where people can learn how to paint, things like that, and how to think about China using this kind of perspective, through those really nice, picturesque plants, picturesque places, picturesque mountains, all these places surrounding us. We cannot see it now, but everybody can believe me. It's really, really beautifully located house, so surrounded by bamboo forest, by mountains, water, all these things you can see here. And those pictures, I believe they can teach people to see it.
And this house is kind of art center in the village. It is art center. So pieces of art would be displayed here.
Right.
Professional artists and people from the village, and also commerce to the village, tourists, for example, because this house is used to organize some activities for tourists, like for example painting. Quite many of them were recalled because of pandemic. So this is
Kind of problem now, but I believe it will be over.
yes.
Happily pretty soon.
Yes. So as we go into the second floor, and I see there are many photos. So our photos.
We took these pictures from
In 3 different villages. So Gejia is one of the places, Zhejiang in Dongqian Lake area is another, and Dingwang in Guizhou province is the third one. Yes.
So you do a lot of research in different villages.
Because those 3 villages are in one project, development through art project, conducted by Professor Zhejiang
From
Renmin University.
Okay.
Yes, and we actually right now finished a book about this project, development through art. Yeah. So maybe in a couple of months the book will be published.
Yeah. And so there should be certain experience and could be promoted into different villages.
Well, definitely. Well, you can see, even when you look at these pictures, I believe you can see that, well, even though they are taken in 3 different villages, as you said, well, they are kind of similar to each other because they share some qualities. They share some way of thinking about beauty, about art, about the way it can be deployed to make the place nicer, more attractive. So, well, in many ways, well, they are similar, however, at the same time, they have their own characteristics. Over there, you can see this picture from Dingwang with those. Yeah, I mean this one with these 4 ladies, and well, they are so exceptional because they belong to this Bui minority. They use their own culture, their own clothing. Well, in many ways, they are so different from any other places. But at the same time, they want to make their place nicer, better, more attractive, and well, they do it using art, just like other places here.
And when the place is beautified, when the place is very clean, people can feel special kind of attachment to the place. Maybe this kind of attachment when, I don't know, they didn't feel for a very long time. But they employed art just to have this special feeling toward their own place. And this is the reason why art was used to achieve development.
Yeah, so we can get the knowledge, get the picture about the villages from your perspective. And here I see there is a place to have a look at the village. Yeah, so.
Well, and you know, it only confirms what I said. The place is beautifully located. It is surrounded by these very, very natural green areas. Over there, you cannot see it, but believe me, there is the river and the mountains.
The camera could come and to show to the audience like how the village looks, and also we can show the village's look from the bird's eye view.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be very attractive.
Yeah. Okay, welcome back. So now here we are in the center of Gejia village. So in front of us there is a artwork.
Yeah.
Yes. What's the story about it?
So this is the first artwork done here in Gejia village.
I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's very special because it has the shape of the character Ren.
Chinese character.
Yeah.
Yes, and this place was done by people and for people. So this is This is why this character is so important. And this is the meeting place. So people here can meet, can sit. They can drink tea together, for example.
Yeah.
They can share their ideas if they have about art or about anything they want to discuss. And creating meeting places is very important
Yeah.
for this program and also for, I think, any program. Public spaces means that people can meet and they can
share ideas. They can, well, they just can learn more about each other. Well, it is extremely important to, let people to find some common ground, something they share, some ideas, some feelings, whatever.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they don't feel they belong to the same community.
Right. And they just use the environment.
Yeah.
Yes. So almost I think that probably literally every piece of art is done from local materials. So only local resources, human resources and material resources. So bamboo is the most popular because bamboo is very cheap.
Yeah, and
So
now
this
you
is
can see it
another-
everywhere here.
We can see everywhere, and this is, important because people don't need to spend money on it. In those villages, people are very poor, so they do not have money to spend, right? So the villages are surrounded by bamboo. It is easy to go to cut and just
Well, besides,
Make
I
some-
believe it is kind of, sorry for cutting in, it's kind of important because they know how to deal with it. Well, they know this material really well. They have been doing things with bamboos for many centuries.
As well as the stones. They
Stones,
just
of
use the
course.
stones to make the wall.
Yeah.
local material.
Yes.
It's beauty itself. I believe it is really beautiful.
This is old.
Yeah, this is
This
all
is
done.
not new.
Yeah. And well, when we walk around this small place, you can see that nearly each house is decorated.
Yes, and I see that there are many flowers.
Yeah,
It makes
actually,
it
yeah.
more colorful.
Yeah, it is. I believe it's not only for tourists. I'm
For dwellers.
Yeah, it's also for dwellers. You feel better when you are surrounded by some really beautiful objects.
People
Yes.
want to take care for the vicinity.
So as we walk along the road, and due to the weather, it's a little rainy, but we can hear the voice from the village,
Yeah.
and we can see from the street that everywhere is very clean.
That's the point.
Now it is,
Yes, yeah,
but it used to be a bit dirty.
Yeah.
And smelly. Yeah.
So that means people changed.
Yeah, I think that it's not only about the changes around them, also the changes in them, inside them. So mindsets are different. Now they take care of the place they live in. Well, as you said, it is so clean. It is so nicely arranged. Everybody does his or her best to make it even nicer. So it is really kind of change not only in the surroundings but also in the people.
What is that one?
This program is also about awakening inner motivation. So people want to do something for the village and for other dwellers, for their neighbors.
I believe this is a very interesting place because if you visit Japan, you will see similar places, and it's like stone garden. Okay, so you can see it's garden. When you think of the garden, you usually imagine some really nicely arranged plants.
And it just
here-
makes a picture here, right?
Yeah, that's the point. Okay, so here it is just a stone. Okay, everything is made of stone. It's so beautiful. It's so nicely arranged.
Yes. Everywhere there's a scenery.
Yeah.
You can also use it to expose flowers, for example.
Of course.
Right. And now we go into a yard, right? And we can see here the little wooden characters.
Yeah, I think that maybe many people will say that those are very simple pieces of art, nothing special, just a piece of wood. But everything here is designed by people. They design by themselves. They look for the materials and they make everything by themselves.
They are inspired by these materials, yeah, by these pieces of wood, which otherwise wouldn't notice. And suddenly, well, someone has noticed that, well, it's something you can use to show some emotions, to share some ideas. Well, so suddenly it turns into some kind of art.
It is funny, and also when you look at it, you smile, right?
These little weirdos. Yeah, I see there's someone who's making something. Let's go into the house. And maybe this is a handicraft little house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you can communicate in English?
A little.
In Chinese. In
yes.
Chinese. 您是就是你可以跟着镜头介绍一下啊。
我是这边本地的村民，然后我是今年才到这边，就是返乡创业的。然后这边是我平时工作的一个造木坊，然后里面有一些就是说手工文创类的一些产品。
She said she's a villager here, and she came back to this village to develop her own business, especially those kind of wooden handicraft things. This year, 2020年还是2021？
2021年。
Yeah, this year, right? Yes. So.
现在做的是一个爆花灯，就是说你们可以体验一下。就是说它做的话，就是用我们就是说纯手工的一个木质的爆花，然后我们把它放到这个灯里面就可以了。
这些平时是就是废弃的材料，是不是？
就是用我们这个木头的一个原料，就这样子的一个原料，我们去给它炮制成这样子的一个爆花，然后我们再把它放到这个爆花灯里面就可以了。
Yeah, those kind of materials were used materials when you polish this one, and those are sometimes they are trash, but this time they use those little things to put into this one and make it turn into a lamp or a light. 那你可以展示一下。
这个的话就是我做的一个产品。
Or you can try.
是你自己的设计。
对。然后我们做好以后就是这样的一个成品，它会亮的。
Wow.
So beautiful.
这样的一个灯，然后它可以放在房间里当做一个摆设。
在卧室。
So, do you have any comments?
Yeah, it's, everything is made from local materials, and local person designed everything and made it by herself, right? Yeah. So we do not destroy the environment,
Right.
just to collect the material, right?
Yeah, we can see other little things.
Yes. Wood, bamboo.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
all
mostly
these
bamboo.
pieces,
Yeah. And wood.
Yeah, you can show. 你可以展示一下这些就是怎么用的。来，
这个的话就是我们给它转一圈就可以了，它就会唱歌，是一个八音盒，蘑菇造型。
It's simple and sophisticated.
Yes.
Yeah, at the same time, yeah.
At the same time.
它可以放出很多音乐的。
So when you look at this, when you see how many different ideas local people have, it is really encouraging. I believe that it shows that this place has a, well, I would say, kind of bright future because of those ideas. It's not about surroundings, it's about, well, mindsets of the people living here. And it's really impressive.
This is
what may I
also
say.
about building brand.
Yeah.
So art becomes the brand of this
The
village.
Yes, and I see another way to achieve the rural revitalization, right?
Yeah, that's a very good one, and well, it's well, from my point of view, very inspiring because it takes care of many crucially important things like local environment, about local culture, local customs, local habits, in many ways local language, I believe. People may, about local cuisine, people may learn and they may, well, guard, they may save the culture which survived for so many centuries. And now, well, if people like this lady don't exist, well, it may disappear, but thankfully, well, here we are, and we can see it.
And doing art is the first step. The second should be tourism, cultural tourism, developing the tourism. And in the village already there are a couple of Nongjiala and Nongjiala, yeah, and also some hotels. Not very expensive, so everybody can come, spend a night or two, or maybe 1 week in the village. Just imagine how beautiful it could be.
Yeah. Okay. So much. Thank you. That's pretty much about today's show. Very beautiful village. Welcome. Thanks for watching.